sort of back to the topic of supplements, I always say, look, their behaviors are the fundamental layer. You have to do the right things for anything, for sleep, for learning, for sports performance. But then there's nutrition, supplementation, prescription drugs, and then off-label stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so we always think about, when you hear hormones in sports, you always think just the raw conversation about anabolics, all the banned stuff. We could talk about that stuff and how it works. Years ago, I used to work on androgens, testosterone and its derivatives, and how it impacts brain development and body function, fear, and also mental states. But there's a category of supplements that are very interesting that for most people who aren't exploring testosterone augmentation for sport work very well to increase testosterone by about 100 to 200 points. Not, 300, not a tripling or anything like that. And the main ones are two substances. One is called Tongat Ali.
Oh, yeah. That stuff's real, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because what happens is the testosterone molecule, it's basically carried in a cargo. So it can be in its free form, unbound form, free testosterone. And everyone says, I want more free testosterone. You want more, but these what are called sex hormone binding globulins. So there's something called sex hormone binding globulin and albumin. They carry the testosterone molecule to the different tissues of the body. So you don't want all your testosterone free. You want some of it bound up so that it can be delivered to the different tissues, including your brain. But if you have too much sex hormone binding globulin, the testosterone can't really do its things, okay? So Tonga Ali, about 400 milligrams per day, has the effect of raising free testosterone and overall testosterone by about 100 to 200 points. And so we're not talking about full TRT or blasting, or now that I'm always amused on YouTube, they now call it sports TRT. That's when you get above 200 milligrams per week.
Sports?
So this is basically, you've got TRT, which is typically about 200 milligrams per week.
And we say 200 milligrams. When you're looking at a syringe, what is that?
So
is that 1,000 milligrams?
So the typical dose of testosterone replacement therapy is 200 milligrams given once every week to 2 weeks.
But when you look at a full syringe, what is that?
So for 1 cc, 1 mil,
right,
that's 200 milligrams typically of cypionate, which is sold
1 cc, a full cc is only 200?
1 cc is not going to be that much. So it depends. If you have a little narrow syringe.
Okay.
Right.
But if you have a syringe that goes up to 10, what is that?
That's 10 cc's. That's a lot.
That's 10 cc's.
Yeah, that's 1,000.
Okay.
Milligrams.
That makes sense.
Right.
So it would be 2 on that, and that's 200 milligrams.
That's right. So, okay. So as long as we're
down
going
this path. I thought you were saying like 2 full syringes.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think that a lot of people who think they need TRT, when I hear about guys in their 20s and 30s, look, I'm in my mid-40s, and I can tell you that you can get and maintain very healthy testosterone levels without TRT if you do the right things, the behaviors, the nutrition, all the other stuff. Early on, there's sometimes people have hypogonadal syndromes and things like that.
There's a lot of issues with guys with head injuries.
And with head injuries, and absolutely, it'd be an interesting conversation to talk about the role of testosterone in neural repair. It's very interesting. But when you look at TRT, I mean, the way that the clinics and the doctors typically do it is to give 200 milligrams and then send people out for 2 weeks, and then they come back because they can charge them to come back repeatedly. It's clear that without any TRT, the testes normally make anywhere from 7 to 15 milligrams of testosterone per day. So taking this massive dose and then waiting 2 weeks is absolutely foolish. It's amazing to me that the medical profession does this, because it doesn't match anything about the normal patterns of endocrinology. It's just not how the body works.
The way it's been described to me to do it is to do it with an insulin syringe and to do a tiny amount every 3 days.
Right. That's correct.
Yeah.
So 0.2 mils. So maybe, 20 to 60 milligrams every few days, every third day or so.
Right.
That much more closely matches the normal pattern of release and avoids these estrogenic crashes. And a lot of problems that are layered onto estrogen are actually problems with prolactin, which is a molecule that's involved in milk letdown in lactating women, but it actually shuts down the sexual desire and aggression. This is interesting about prolactin. So this happens in brooding birds, and it happens in humans. They've done this. A study published in the journal Nature, which is our kind of apex journal, showed that when the husbands of pregnant women, because of something, maybe a pheromone, maybe some odor of the pregnant woman, actually increases the man's prolactin when they're pregnant, puts body weight on the guy, starts laying down body fat, presumably to prepare the father for the long sleepless nights ahead, because humans have always co-parented
Wow.
I'm mostly co-parented. We
So
all know
dudes
women
out
do
there-
far more, but it's
Dudes
true.
out there who get fat, don't feel bad.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's going on.
the dad bod is in
It's
part
real.
due to an increase in prolactin.
Oh.
And testosterone and prolactin are kind of working in opposite fashion. So it's a very interesting thing, but the way you describe it is correct. Now, for people that aren't getting prescribed TRT but want the increase in testosterone, there are these plant compounds like tonga ali and another one which is very interesting. It's a Nigerian shrub called Phaedogia agrestis, and it mimics luteinizing hormone, which is the hormone that comes out of the hypothalamus that stimulates the testes if you got those and the ovaries if you've got those to make more testosterone or estrogen. And so those two herbal supplements together can give a significant boost in free and active testosterone.
So you said Tungat Ali can give you 100 to 200?
Yeah, about that.
Well, what does the other one give you?
Phaedogia is usually taken at about 600 milligrams, and that can the most dramatic effect I've ever seen was somebody who had his testosterone down in the low twos, or I think it was like low twos, and he got it up to the 700 range. But
Really?
that's an outlier, right? Most people are going to see about a 300 to 400 point increase.
And that's what the two of them synergistically
Phaedogia
work on?
will actually make the testes grow. It's
Really?
a noticeable difference. So
Everybody wants that.